Teacher forms a relationship with a 15-year-old. A mother discovers a bunch of inappropriate texts between her daughter and a 42-year-old teacher. All right. She calls the police. The mom does. Reports the text. The teacher appears at their home. This is like early wee hours of the morning, uninvited, prior to the police arriving. The dad asks the teacher to leave the house. The teacher refused, so the dad picks up a baseball bat and starts beating on the teacher. Now, to the teacher's defense, police determined there was nothing criminal in the texts, nor had any crimes been committed. Okay, they were just inappropriate texts. Here's the question. How would you respond as a Christ-following father if this happened to your family when your daughter was 15? All right. A, I would discipline my daughter for responding to the texts and remove her from the school. B, I would beat the snot out of the teacher with a baseball bat. Or C, if my daughter is 15, she's old enough to make her own decisions about relationships.
Did you write these questions?
What are you saying?
Boova,
Man,
you're up.
did you just see the look of on my face?
Spit it out, Boova.
All right. Oh man, I would have to fight myself to not do B. I really would. This is one of the things that I'm scared of to be a father. I'm scared to have to deal with this kind of stuff. And I know that in the past I've had one heck of a temper, and I can't imagine myself where I'm at right now being able to control myself. So luckily, even if I had a daughter right now, I still have 15 years to grow to possibly become a better man of Christ, to not want to take a baseball bat to the guy. So right now, if I have a 15-year-old daughter, yeah, I'm hitting him with a bat. But if I'm looking at it from the God-fearing perspective, obviously physical retaliation is not the thing that's going to happen, because even looking at it from a worldly perspective, taking God out of it, it doesn't solve anything. It doesn't. I mean, it definitely gets the guy away from your house.
But if your problem is that the man is not injured, it would solve that.
That's true. If the problem is the guy still has a good structured face, I suppose that's a good way to fix that issue.
I mean, it's just not solving the problem that you're thinking that we're trying to solve.
Right, exactly. So your issue right then is the guy is not hurt. Violence is okay. So my honest answer would I would hopefully discipline the daughter and explain how this is inappropriate and how she should act going forward. And then I would definitely remove her from the school, get her away from the environment, especially if this guy's not going to have any repercussions legally because of being found to have done nothing wrong.
Here's the thing. These inappropriate texts are one thing, right? That's one thing.
Right.
And then I feel like that's an in-house, I need to talk to my daughter about that. And frankly, I need to talk to the guy. Like, I'd probably call the fella, and we'd have to go have a talk,
Without bats.
What exactly does your have a talk look like?
It's none of your business, Eric. I'll tell you what, it's straighthtroughford. That's what I'm going to tell you.
It starts with words and then possibly ends with a bat.
And so, but I feel like I can lovingly lead my daughter through that. And obviously, there's some things along the line that she's forgotten or I have not taught well that it was a situation to begin with, right? And so I bear a little bit of responsibility there. Now, the fella, I feel like we could have a talk and hope everything was all right. And until he shows up at my house, he has no business there.
Yeah.
And refuses to leave.
He has absolutely no business there. Now, granted, I still don't know that I'm going to go out swing with a bat. It's just really not my style. I might flatten his tires and then chase him or something. I don't know. I'd come up with something creative, I think.
You want a gun?
No. But no. But here's it. It's a different situation. The texts on their own are one situation. The man arriving and not leaving, that's a separate situation. And so I feel like, although I'm not a proponent of the beating the man with a bat, I mean,
there's obviously something going on there.
That's you're not dealing with a rational person right now. You know what I'm saying? A rational guy doesn't show up 40 years old attempting to talk to a 15-year-old at 2 a.m. at his parents' house. You're not dealing with a regular guy that you can just have dialogue with and talk him out.
Hey,
there's something wrong with him.
Okay, I'm going to say something here.
You could just say something.
I've been pondering it for the day, and I'm proposing it because I expect some sort of derision here. So, is it possible? It has to do with the age of the kid. Is it possible that a lot of the sexual problems that we have in our society is because we get married too late? So if people used to get married, say,
Hey, you better let the silence sink in for a minute.
yeah,
Just let it fill the room.
My grandmother was married at 16.
drink it up. Now,
He was 33.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. All right, it's a passive thought, but here's what I'm saying, right? Other cultures, it happens. Previous times it happens. People get married at 12, 13, 14, 15, okay? There's a level of maturity. 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, you're asking people to, say, not become sexually active until they're married, biblically, but they're not getting married until they're 26 or something. Like, that's a lot bigger lift, isn't it?
Yeah.
Than
Yeah.
get married at 14.
Here's the deal.
I'm just saying.
I think it would cut down on cheating spouses because if you never have sex with anybody else, how do you know if the other guy ain't no good at it? You know what I'm saying? How do you know what I'm saying? You just assume that this is the deal.
Yeah.
I feel like that cuts down on wondering eyes.
I got married early for a reason.
Because it was necessary.
Because I wanted to enjoy everything, and I wasn't going to until marriage.
Smart man.
Okay. I mean,
But I think a lot of it though is, I mean, that society wasn't a disposable society. We were disposable. Everything's disposable. Cars, houses, everything's disposable. You have it for a little bit of time.
okay, so give them a car when they're 8.
Yeah.
Let's do this with everything.
But think about it though. I mean, if those were made for permanence though. Everything back then was for permanence. You know, when you were married at 15, everything was permanent.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
we're
true.
not a society of permanence.
Although I think I might, have a fleeting thought where I agree with Ben. The truth of the matter is like it would be possible to stay that way. I feel like it would be impossible to return that way. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's already been in a disposable society, like Jared Royce is suggesting.
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna get the first couple generations that you're trying to move on back to this thing to get on board.
Well,
with
those societies tend to be more mature at a younger age, too.
So
Right.
following along, because and I get it. There's a conversation on the chat about like, do teens make good decisions? We've kind of bred them that way though. Like we've bred a society
Yeah.
where people don't grow up till they're 19.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because like we tell them not to. And I don't mean like grow up like you still can't act like I don't know, you sit in the chair properly. But like we've told people that they don't have to have a level of maturity in their lives until they get out of college. Your life starts when you're 23.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't need a job. You don't need anything. You're supposed to be on our health insurance now till you're 26.
Yeah.
I mean,
and so like, I mean, there are cultures where that's
They'll
simply
never
not the
grow up.
case. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not as mature as they will be 10 years from then. Okay. And I'm not, I don't have a full enough perspective to say, yeah, that's the right answer. Everyone's in at 14, right? But two-prong, I guess what I'm saying is, I feel like trying to keep a biblical standard, you got to wait a lot longer. That's a long road to haul, generally speaking.
a lot of damage is done between.
That's okay. And then number two is that like it's probably not fair to say people are not ready based upon the standard of which we've produced, because I feel like we are a society in which we keep pushing off maturity. You're not a man until you're 40. And you don't have to, and people aren't expected to act manly until they're 40 because we took all the responsibility from them and said, oh, you're still growing, you're still maturing, you don't have to act this way until we're done with you through our school system. And then you can act like a man.
Yeah, we've bred a society where kids doing the dishes without their parents telling them to are given plenty of rewards because that's beyond expectations. That's absolutely ridiculous. We have no responsibility when it comes to our kids. We look at the kids that do a little bit more of initiative than the average C student that doesn't do much and just does the bare minimum to get by, and we reward them for being so much further beyond. In the society that we have today, I completely agree. I think that a long time ago we would have been able to do this, but nowadays, I mean, getting a cell phone at 16 is rare. We think that it's just we haven't bred maturity for these kids. We have 18-year-olds that think that this is when they start being an adult, or they don't have anything relationship or any responsibilities till after college.
So you
It's
guys are
ridiculous.
firmly on C. My daughter is 15.
Sorry.
She's
Sorry.
old enough to make her own decisions. Yeah, but I'll take that fella out of the equation. So
With a baseball
yeah,
bat.
she can make the decision after that.
Sweetheart, you're 15. You can make your own decisions, just not that one.
Just realize you can't date a man with broken legs. For example, that guy.
For example, your teacher, or used to be teacher, laying in our front yard right now.
Because you can't drive and he can't pick you up.
Anyone whose legs are broken.
Exactly.
And somebody punctured his tire. I'm not sure who would do something like that. Oh wait, I repented of that.
Maybe Tuffy.
Well, here's the deal though. Is like some of we like to blame on the culture. A lot of it, I internalize a lot of this stuff as a dad. Like I do this with my own kids. I'm extremely soft on them. Yeah, a little bit because they're ladies and they're younger. They're like 7 and 4 and but to like a certain extent, those ladies get away with murder in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when I'm trying to put them to bed or they're being ladies, I'm like, my kingdom for a boy that I can yell at. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause if you yell at the ladies, they cry, and then I feel bad. I'm like, Where's the boy? Can't I have a boy somewhere? You know, like, we're going to go mow the lawn and you're going to walk next to the riding lawnmower with me holding my soda. Let's go, boy. You know what I'm saying? I can't make a daughter do
I'm going
that.
to use that. That was great.
You're gonna take grass in the face, load up on testosterone, and make a day of it.
And I'm not talking like an over masculine boy, but you know what I'm saying? A boy, you know what I'm saying? I told you to clean up your room, boy. You know, you tell the ladies that, and there's a tear in their eye. I did the best I could, Dad. Oh, you know you didn't. Dang it, ladies.